Okay, hello, welcome to Spoon TV. If you just joining us, it's a pleasure again to have you here. This is the weekly press briefing of the National Elections Commission, and the press briefing will be addressed by the commissioner herself, the chair of the commissioner, David Edgar Brown Lausana. So this is the first press briefing of the National Elections Commission as a build up to the 2023 presidential and legislative election. So my name is Haji Masale. I'll say keep watching Spoon TV as we bring you this press briefing. So the commissioner is being introduced as the chair. Then we also have all our commissioners here seated on the hard table.
Good morning. Madam Co-Chair. Hello. Hello. Madam Co-Chair, fellow commissioners, distinguished stakeholders, fellow Liberians, members of the press, ladies and gentlemen. I am pleased to welcome you to the headquarters of the National Elections Commission and to the maiden edition of the weekly press briefing aimed at updating Liberians and partners on the status of the 2023 electoral process. The Commission is pleased to inform you that activities leading to a successful conduct of the 10th October 2023 general elections remain on course, and the Commission is fully committed to ensuring that the elections are conducted in a transparent and credible manner. Ladies and gentlemen, in keeping with operational plan, the National Elections Commission is pleased to announce that ballot papers for the 2023 presidential and legislative elections have arrived in the country. The ballot papers arrived on Monday, 25th September 2023 from the Republic of Ghana via the Roberts International Airport in the following categories and quantities. Presidential ballots, 3,320,500 ballots. Senatorial ballots, 3,402,122 ballots. Representative ballots, 3,403,208 ballots. The ballots are currently in secured storage on the protection of state securities. Let me also inform you that deployment of ballot papers and other sensitive and non-sensitive electoral materials to the 19 magisterial offices in the 15 counties of Liberia for onward distribution to the 280 voting precincts nationwide will commence in a few days' time. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, I am also pleased to announce that assorted electoral materials, including ballot boxes, precinct kits, tactile ballot guides, indelible ink, and assorted stationery procured internationally have also arrived in the country. Packaging of materials for the 5,890 polling places began about 2 weeks ago and is currently ongoing. Distribution of these materials to the various county warehouses will commence in the next few days. Printing of the final registration roll, known as FRR, which began some 10 days ago, is progressing well. The National Elections Commission staff are working day and night to ensure that materials are deployed in time for the 10th October 2023 elections, especially given the challenges with delivery of those materials to some parts of the country. Meanwhile, in addition to the ongoing procurement process for land transport vehicles, the NEC has put in place a procurement process for additional transportation means to convey electoral materials throughout the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the National Elections Commission reiterates that the FRR for the 2023 presidential and legislative elections will be made available to all political parties, independent candidates, and other stakeholders upon completion of the ongoing process to secure the data. As per the law, the list of precincts was published on 11 September 2023. Additionally, to make the process more transparent, as has been done in the past, the final registration roll is being printed to be pasted at the 2080 precincts across the country prior to election day. Distinguished ladies and gentlemen, as you may be aware, elections operations involve the recruitment and deployment of huge numbers of personnel in order to be on schedule for the conduct of the 10th October 2023 general elections. The NEC has recruited 79 electoral district coordinators, 382 electoral supervisors, and 30,812 polling staff. In the meantime, the National Elections Commission training section has concluded training of magisterial staff who are now training electoral district coordinators and electoral supervisors who will then train polling staff across the country. Consistent with commitment to ensuring the participation of all eligible voters, the Commission, in collaboration with partners, has drawn up appropriate strategies to provide civic and voter education for the 2023 general elections. Accordingly, with the assistance of the UNDP Liberia Electoral Support Project, the National Elections Commission established 81 civic and voter education cells across the 73 electoral districts of Liberia that are currently engaged in outreach activities in various communities, including door-to-door and face-to-face campaign at the grassroots level throughout the country. Additionally, considering the relevance of gender mainstreaming in electoral process, the NEC, with support of UN Women, is undertaking a series of gender outreach activities across Liberia. Many other partners and Liberian civil society groups, many of whom have been accredited by NEC, as well as political parties and candidates, are also assisting with voter education efforts, for which the NEC is grateful. Meanwhile, in order to facilitate an effective and robust civic and voter education exercise, several educational and awareness materials have been produced and are being distributed nationwide. These include posters, flyers, t-shirts, caps, banners, jingles, and dramas, videos of voting steps, and soon to come, videos of tally steps will be distributed. Additionally, the NEC has entered into memorandum of understanding with some 37 community-based and 7 Monrovia-based radio stations to assist with CVE and media activities. The Commission also runs a number of radio programs to disseminate information about the electoral process and has access to some 30 rural community radio stations through Internews. Members of the press, ladies and gentlemen, there remains huge interest by both local and international observers in observing these elections. As at 21st September 2023, the National Elections Commission has accredited 662 international and 5,981 local observers, giving a total of 6,600 and 43. The Commission continues to process additional applications for observation of the 10th October 2023 general elections. In addition, the process of accreditation of parties and independent candidates' agents has begun. Ladies and gentlemen, based on the Commission's request, the African Union, AU, has deployed 2 data management experts, and ECOWAS will this week deploy additional 2 experts in data management and cybersecurity to the Commission. These experts are deployed at the NEC Data Center to work with the NEC Data Center staff as a way of lending further credibility and transparency to the management and security of electoral database. ECOWAS is also procuring some computers and printers for election results management, as well as assisting the Commission's voter education and gender outreach efforts and logistics, including the purchase of some 4 vehicles for rough terrains. The African Union is also hiring some 3 vehicles for rough terrains to assist the Commission. Ladies and gentlemen, members of the press, as you are aware, election security is the responsibility of the government. As such, the Commission continues to work with the Joint Security in finalizing security arrangements for the 10th October 2023 general elections. Let me use this medium to thank the Ministry of Justice and the security apparatus for providing security to the Commission since the beginning of electoral processes in Liberia. In closing, the Commission again say thank you to you for being here and assures all Liberians as well as political leaders, all stakeholders, the electoral actors, that the Commission remains committed to conducting the 10th October 2023 elections in a free, fair, and credible and inclusive manner, as this is the hallmark of our institution. I thank you.
Thank you very much. The chairperson of the National Elections Commission, David Hector Brown, they're giving updates of activities of the election.
Madam Commissioner, they had, I don't know whether this is stipulated within the law that prior to the holding of the presidential election, maybe 30 days, plus the final voter roll should be published, and a lot of political parties from the opposition have been concerned with regards to that. What is so far delaying all of this, especially with a few weeks to the holding of the presidential elections?
Firstly, I will say I'm not sure about the law you are quoting, but I've just told you that our team is working to secure the data. Encryption is necessary. The transition from OMR to biometric is a bit time consuming, and this is what is consuming the process. So in a few days, this transfer of the FRR to pen drives, which we normally do during elections in Liberia, will be given to the political parties. Let me also say this. Yes, we accept the pressure from political parties because we know they are in campaign period, but we cannot be pressured to giving them mediocre information or data. We want to be sure that the 2.4+ million registrants on our voter roll will be captured in a secure manner on pen drives and delivered to the political parties. We are doing our best under the circumstances, and we invite you, as we've said before, to please come to the data center and check us out to see or to corroborate the information I'm giving you now, compare or in comparison to what is actually obtaining in the data center.
Next question.
Thank you.
So it's a question and answer session, and another question is being posted to the commissioner, the chair, on the timing of the publication of the FRR. She just stated that she is not aware of any law that states that within 30 days the FRR should be published prior to the holding of the general elections.
Thorough investigation on the final registration rule. We have also been told that there have been a little bit of increase in some counties. Can you basically tell us what has led to this?
We just told you in my statement that the ballots were printed in Ghana. And this is not the first time that we have printed ballots in Ghana. It's a normal procurement process which include many other vendors, and the best vendor, the most responsive vendor was selected, and that vendor has their operations in Ghana. They printed the ballots for Liberia's 2023 general elections. Your second question, sorry, you can give me a little more summary. The second question was basically,
yes, the increase in the number of registered voters in some counties after a thorough investigation and strengthening of the final registration rule.
there has been no increase in the number of the FRR that has been communicated to the Liberian people. There is no increase. And we know that this has been the concern with the ongoing process to secure the data before releasing it to the public. No one has tampered, as we heard on the radio, with the figure. And the figure is 2.417617. It's a 617. That's 2.417.617
Next question.
million registered voters. And listen, please hold on a bit. This is
Okay, Amos Stuart, the Secretary General of the United Party, wants to ask a question, but he's been told that he cannot ask a question because this is press briefing, though the parties were invited.
This is not true. We have done nothing with the final registration figures that is currently on our website. All we do is encrypting to ensure that no one gets the opportunity to play inside the data. This is what we're doing now. Next question.
Yes, Madam Chair, my name is Gerald, coordinator right for Front Page Africa. You announced that there are plans for your partners to bring in data analysts. So my question is, don't the NEC have its own data analysts?
The NEC has data analysts. We've always had. But again, we see nothing wrong with the support of our partners to bring technical people who have expertise to transfer that expertise.
Okay, talking about data analysts at the National Elections Commission, where they talk about hiring some data analysts, and don't they have data analysts at the National Elections Commission? So I have to take a position to ask a question.
What will come out of the process will be a credible. The gentleman here wanted to ask questions. Thank you. You can go ahead, please.
Thank you very much.
Because we also invited political parties.
Thank you so very much, Madam Chairperson. On the question of the gentleman asked, we
Okay, his name is Amos Toy. He's the Secretary General of the Unity Party, asking a question to the National Elections Commission.
The first figure you brought up was around 891,201. Then the last one is 901,000 and change. So when you do the analysis, there's an increase of around 9,000 plus. So this is after the deduplication exercise. We want to know what is the basis for that increase.
Is the technician here? Did you understand the question? Okay,
Yeah.
you want to respond to that, please?
Thank you.
I believe there was a presentation made some months ago to the political party representatives in this hall, to political party technicians, and we made it clear that we did give you preliminary figures immediately after the first phase of the BVR process and the second phase. When we put all those records together, we gave you what was 2,498,904 registration records across the country. And then we said those numbers were subject to deduplication and adjudication. From those numbers, we removed 27,192, an additional 500 and some more suspected underage registration records that were conditions for us going toward the exhibition process. When we concluded the exhibition, Madam Chair announced that the final figure for eligible voters across the country stands at 2,471,617. Now, that number is spread across all of the 15 counties. So the final figure that we gave you, in that final figure, you have all the county information. If you go to necliberia.org, you click on the link voter registration, you will see all of these numbers are portioned according to polling places right now, and all of them are accounted for. There will be no duplicated number in this figure. Thank you.
In other words, what's on the website that we publish, and I'm being corrected because there was a slip in the number, is you just corrected it, Mr. Technician, 2.471. Okay, thank you. Next question.
Yeah, I'm here. Okay.
You still answer this one.
Because the point is, Madam Chair, there is an increase in Montserrat County after the deduplication exercise. If you cannot decrease, it should remain at that. But why there is an increase in 3 counties? He has not responded to that. You know, so we have Montserrat, we have Mankibi and Basso. So there's an increase in 3 counties.
And you say that it happened after the deduplication
Exactly, after
process,
the deduplication
after
exercise.
we announced the final figure?
Yes, ma'am. So you have Montserrat,
That's
9,961.
That is incorrect. But let me say to you,
Yes, it.
hold on. We'll take your concern into consideration, and we will check. After our check, we'll come back to the public in our next press briefing. So we move on.
Next. Okay, thank you, Madam Chair. Good afternoon. My name is Haji Masale for Spoon TV. I'm concerned about the data your analysts talk about, that it will be available on the website by today, and that the entire photo roll will be available on the FRR. The FRR.
Let me just correct you.
Yeah.
I just told you that the final registration will figure that number has been published in the last 2 months. It's on the website.
Okay, but we check on the website, county by county. Those counties are not completed in terms of the numbers. Mercerado, you talk about 17 districts and we only have available 2 districts or so. How can you reconcile that?
So we take your concern into consideration. The technicians, please. He said so many records are incomplete. So we go back and we double check. Next question.
Yeah. Good afternoon. I'm Victor Rayu from District 3, Mosvara County. We're so much impressed, with the process, but there are some little challenges that we observed, most especially with some political parties. There are issues that was brought forth to the National Elections Commission. Mainstream political actors are talking about transparency and accountability. And at this stage, we think all of us who are Liberians qualify, to participate into the process on a free and fair basis. But we've got some challenge, and we wrote the commission, but we were not given due process under the law, because we were told by the guys in the legal section that they were going to conduct the hearing, and that was delayed until the 15th. Wanted to let us to go that way. We are not satisfied, and we want at least to. We want the commission to look closely into that, because the commission will not be talking about transparency and accountability. The government will not be talking about transparency and accountability. The EU, the African Union, all of the key actors are talking about transparency and accountability. But then, under the sleep, some ugly things are coming out.
Okay, which political party are you with?
The TPP.
TPP?
Yeah, the People's Party by Barney.
Okay.
Who went back to the
And you
States.
said you have a complaint?
Yeah, we had a complaint here.
And it's not being addressed?
Yeah, not being addressed.
Okay, we'll take that and we'll get back to you.
Okay, thank you so much.
Alfred?
My name is Alfred Salih from the Daily Talk. My concern has to do with 2 things. One, the issue raised by the opposition political party, the Unity Party, the claims made against you, what's your response to that? And the second one is that how soon, looking at the time frame, NEC will be able to come up with another press conference to adequately inform the public on those areas that you say you're going to check and come back to the public with result.
On your first question, you said there's some qualm about
Claims.
claims?
Yeah, claims.
From whom?
From the Unity Party.
Saying what?
That NEC, they suspect NEC doing or want to do fraudulent acts. Claims.
Okay. Sally is asking the question to ask the NEC as to what Unity Party has said, claiming that they observe NEC of suspecting NEC of attempting to carry fraudulent act.
I'm saying, what's your response to the claims?
I'm answering you, not the political party. I'm answering you that the National Elections Commission will not engage in fraud. Everything we are doing is transparent enough. And we call on all of you who every time we call, you don't show up. Our data center is there. We have called on political parties to visit the data center to see what we are doing. We've called on stakeholders. Some few stakeholders will come. But most of you who have these concerns, you don't come. So please come.
Okay, just as Salif was asking that question from Daily Talk, I saw Amos Toy nodding his head in disagreement that Unity Party has ever questioned the credibility of the National Elections Commission.
And have another press conference. So it's not just limited to the weekly conference. Next question.
I don't see any, Madam Chairperson. Would like to say
Hold
thanks.
on, maybe somebody got something to say. Yes. You want to respond to something? All right, give him the chance to say.
Okay, Amos Toy want to respond in his capacity as Secretary General of Unity Party.
I just wanted to clarify. I'm Amos Toy, National Secretary General of the Unity Party. On the campaign trail, those of you members of the media, if you recall, in Babulu County, our standard bearer was very clear when the media asked him about the level of confidence he has in NEC. And he indicated clearly that the people working at the Election Commission are human beings, they are Liberians, and so they want the best thing out of this country. So he has confidence in the commissioners. Notwithstanding, there are issues as we move towards October that will come up, and it's our responsibility as political parties to raise them, to make sure that the National Elections Commission address those concerns, one of which is what I have just raised to you. You know, it's very much important. So one of the other concerns that we have is the fact that we raise issue about the FRR. And it's good that Madam Chair has responded, but it's also important for us to have a very clear date on when they are going to be released to political parties. That way we will have an opportunity to assess it, to scrutinize it, to look at it, because there are lots of rumors here and there, but we cannot specifically indicate that the commission is up for cheating. You know, so it's our responsibility to take all precautionary measures to make sure that we protect the votes. And this is what our standard bearer has said consistently, that he's urging Liberians themselves to be a part of the process of protecting the votes. We also have recruited our poll watchers.
I just wanted to provide that clarification.
Let me say something. We should all be mindful about our utterances. Commission will cheat when we are participating in these processes. Because if you who claim that the commission will cheat and you are participating and you win, you will be telling the Liberian people that the commission cheated for you to win. Please, let's guard our utterances. The same organization that is to confer legitimacy on you is the same organization you are denigrating and bringing to public disrepute that we are cheaters here. We don't cheat anybody. What is in the ballot box is what we process, and it is what we announce. Let me also say this. The commission works through Liberians. We will have more than 30,000 Liberians in the field. These Liberians are working under oath. Let me also say that those Liberians that are being recruited, we have their telephone numbers, we have their names, and we have their photos, I think. Excuse me, we have their photos. So if we have any challenge, if they don't behave in the field, we have enough information to help us with support of the Liberian National Police to find them and to give them due process. We have done this before. We had a situation where we recruited staff and the staff said a particular person said we were under duress and did some things which caused a complaint to come to the Elections Commission. When that complaint came, we gave them due process. We processed them in a way, and at the final end of that, we had a recount of what was perceived to be something that we did. And the person who was supposed to win actually won. That is transparency, and that is what we commit ourselves to. No staff recruited, the 30,000 plus will be allowed to go free. When they miss that in our process, we will take them on, as we have done in the BVR process, where we have some staff that did some unorthodox things. We found them, we got rid of them. So Liberian people, don't be afraid. First thing, the Board of Commissioners here will not be one who are in the field. We have nothing to do with what happens in the field. We don't change anything. And if it comes to us, we don't change anything. And for what reason would anybody want to change something? For what reason? Firstly, you have your party agents in the field, in the polling places, who are witnesses to what happens there, who affects the signatures on the record of the count, who are participating, who see when we post the final record showing the winners on the wall. And of course, they take photos and all that thing and send it. So I would say to all the political parties, please get your party agents there, let them do their work. That will be a backup for you in a way when you think that you don't trust us. But you only trust us when you win. Only when you win do you trust us. Next question. We can take two more.
I am Boxon Davis. I'm managing editor of National Era newspaper. My question goes to the commissioner. There is a widespread rumor that your life has been threatened. Is it true? I want it from the horse's mouth. Then you are being relocated. I mean, you change your sleeping place or dwelling place. Is it true? I mean, there is a widespread rumor in the public. So I want to get that answer from the horse's mouth.
Let me answer you one by one, because sometimes you come lost with it. I have not heard that rumor. Perhaps you want to provide more information to me in a secure manner, so I get the security detail to assist me with that rumor that you've heard. With respect to my sleeping place, I don't know where that came from. I think I heard some people say I'm not sleeping with the ambassador, the U.S. ambassador, in his residence. Yeah, so I don't know, maybe those who have found me there perhaps may be able to respond to that question. But I will say to you, Liberian people are good people. Liberian people are good people. Liberian people are good people. They know very well that we're doing a great job here at the Elections Commission. And it is the Liberian people who will protect, not just us, but will protect the electoral process as we go to the 10th of October 2023 presidential and legislative elections. Now, the Liberian National Police, through the Justice Ministry, the Joint Security, continue to protect. So we think about the positives and we prepare for the negatives. But we do not believe, I believe strongly that all of us will behave in a way that we all will rise from this time, from the elections, and we'll all be seen again after elections doing our work here. From there, we are said we'll be doing our work. It's not only us. Our staff on the field, we know that they are also protected. And if anything changes, we say go first, right? But then we also have people who will assist us in the process. Liberian people and the joint security. We'll take the last two and then we call it a day.
Yeah, Madam Chair, my name is Veronica Boga and I report for Freedom Radio Liberia. So my concern has to do with campaign activities. We all know that the campaign activity will be closed on the 8th of October. And the 10th will be election, and we still have flyers and stickers around what measures the NEC is putting in place to end or to take down flyers as campaign closes on October 10th, that's October 8th.
Okay, that's a sticky question there. What do we normally do?
Olivia.
Anyone want to say something about what we normally do?
Well, when the campaign closes on the 8th of October, 100 meters to where our polling precinct will be, no party post stops will be allowed to be there. On the issue of the streets,
we don't have control over it. But our polling place, our precinct, no party poster will be there. We'll take it down if it is there.
In other words, you are a technician.
Yes.
Okay.
Campaign posters in the streets are set there for election. So you don't tell political parties to go and take everything, especially when they are concentrating on their election. So, like the commissioner said, they should not be in the vicinity of the precinct. That's what I'm going to concentrate. Thank you.
Okay, the last question. I saw a hand here. Yes, go ahead, please.
My name is T. Olivia Bamon, and I report for Local Voices like Truth FM. Madam Chair, with less than 14 days to the election, what mechanism or action is the Commission putting in place to ensure that the delay in the printing of the FRR does not compromise the upcoming elections? And also, you just mentioned that our staff was caught cheating. Do you care to tell us what the Commission did to the staff?
I tell you that after that incident took place, at the local level, we look for that staff and never found the person. Yes. But this time we promise you, because the data that we have on temporary staff now is it online? We have it in a database. So it would be much easier to find that person. Secondly, they were never recruited in any other electoral process. Again. Your first question was, what's the other question? We're printing, and we will soon finish printing. Let me put it up like now. In a few days' time. In other words, within 2 weeks, we are supposed to have elections. In a few days' time, we complete the printing. The FRR is pasted on the 2080 precincts about 24 hours before the elections. We will meet that timeline. Is that sufficient? Can you put your head this way? I like to see the person when I'm talking. You okay? Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Chair and Co-Chair, members of the Board of Commissioners, our stakeholders, those invited. Thank you very much. We'll be here hopefully next week at the same time. Thank you very much.
So next week we expect to have another press briefing from the National Elections Commission. And this will be, I'm told, a regular press briefing on every Tuesday at 11 o'clock.
Thank you very much, members of the Fourth Estate. There is another meeting with the Board of Commissioners in here, please. Members of the press, can you please join us downstairs in the warehouse to see the preparations being done there for the elections?
Thank you. So his name is Amos Toy. He's the Secretary General of the Opposition Unity Party. So we are told that the commissioners will be holding a meeting here. Yeah, I'm going back. So, Mr. Toy, can we expand on the small? Yeah.
Let's go on in the shade there.
Yeah. No, we'll go under the shade for the sun. We don't want to embarrass you with the sun. Okay, we want to talk to the Secretary General of the Unity Party, Amos Toy. So we are trying to arrange a secure place. I think this is okay here. So, Mr. Toy, welcome to Spoon TV and other media. First of all, with the comments from the commissioner, the chair, what do you make of all those comments? Are they in reality of what is going on at the National Elections Commission?
Well, the truth of the matter is that, she glossed over some of the important issues raised, and these are very much concerning matters. First of all, we asked the question of when will the FRR be presented to political parties. By this time, the commission should have a clear idea on when the FRR will be presented to political parties. You recall the Unity Party did a release. In fact, we did a formal communication requesting for the FRR. So they have not given us feedback. The last time we were here, Senator DeLon and I and other people came here to find out when the FRR will be released. We want to have access to the FRR to give us an opportunity to assess, the number of people. We saw what we highlighted. And the commissioner, the chairperson, repeated my claim that there's an increase in Montserrat County. There's an increase of 9,000 plus the number of voters after the deduplication exercise. We want to know why there's an increase. There's an increase in Management County. These things are very much important as well in Belfast County. There's an increase in these three major counties. Why there's an increase, the commission has not been able to tell us that. So we're very concerned. Again, as a party, we remain committed to the process of holding this election, and we hope that they will be free, fair, and transparent. However, it's important for us to be alerted to all the different rumors that are coming about. Ruling parties saying they will rig the election. So our task is...
They are only say one round. They are not talking about rigging the election.
Look, let me say this. Philibert Brown is a major staunch supporter of the ruling party. And then when you see on his Facebook page, Philibert Brown was very emphatic. He said that the elections in 2005-2011, even though he does not have any evidence to that, they were rigged. So therefore, George Weah has the right to rig this election.
Did he say that?
He wrote that on his Facebook page. Go on his Facebook page. He has been making lots of insinuations, making lots of innuendos, making it appear that George Weah, by all costs, by hope and hope, should win this election, should emerge victorious, should be re-elected. And we are saying that if you attempt to thwart the democratic will of the people of this country, you will never withstand resistance. That's what we're saying to you.
You just alarm over the increase in the figures, and you also show the commissioners of their credibility. How you trust their credibility? What's the kind of trust?
We said, this is what we said. I was quoting our standard bearer, Joseph Walker, because there are lots of people who are trying to take his statement out of context. I was only referencing the statement we made in Baku when the media asked him about whether he trust the election commission. He told the people that one, they are all Americans, and he believed that they too want the best thing for this country. So if they will sit down over there and allow themselves to be manipulated, that's their business. However, we will not sit down and allow or see the will, the democratic will of the people of this country being thwarted. That's exactly what I said inside there. There are individuals may be in collusion with other elements. We have no time. What we have time for is that the will of the people should be protected. The outcome should be announced as which definitely will be within the ambit of the desire of the citizens of this country.
Sometimes there are claims and counter-claims from the Unity Party regarding the ruling party and that of the election commission. Preparedness is fairness towards the election. Recent time there has been information circulating about your Stena Burial statement where he said if people vote or re-elect this government, they are bringing down the country. This is sounding somehow, if given different reflection, to the public.
This is important. Let me say this. You are speaking in the context of governance. George Weah has miserably failed the people of this country. He promised to leave 1 million people out of poverty. Sadly, between 2018 and up to today, about 360,000 plus Liberians have been plunged deep into poverty. There are reports, international reports. The World Bank Inclusive Economic Outlook report have said that very clearly. So we're not just saying because we want to say it. There is a report written by the very latest under George Weah government that says more children are dying today compared to 2017. Not only that, the very World Bank report also indicates that there are school drop. They have the rate of dropouts in Liberia between 2018 and up to now is more than 2017 or during the Unity Party administration. So because of poverty, many people cannot afford to send their children to school. Of course, we witness extrajudicial killing in this country. We witnessed that. We saw the suppression of the law against Kabila time. So there is a huge disrespect for the Constitution of the Republic of Liberia, the Public Financial Management Law of this country, the PPCC regulations of Liberia. So if you look at all of that, and then in the face of that, the people continue to experience poverty. Joseph Boakai was saying in context that when George Weah is re-elected, he effectively will not have a country because you'll have more people in poverty, more people in frustration. That's exactly the context JNB was speaking for. That we don't want to witness extrajudicial killing again. We don't want to see a police state. We want to see a country that is governed by law. And JNB is more than ready to provide a quality leadership that the people of this country have been missing for the last 6 years. That's the context we're speaking for.
So is he prepared to give that clarity, maybe on the media or somewhere? That's why you have the chief craft, but maybe the public also like to know from him as to what his statement actually meant.
The statement are telling you now that what he meant. Then you want extra clarification again. That's exactly the statement JNB made, and that's the clarification we are providing to you. Look, those who are putting spin on this, who are providing different kinds of interpretations, you know definitely they are afraid of Joseph Boakai. In fact, that statement was made about 4 months ago. 4 months ago, the stage media, some of you know the stage media, some of your colleagues work with the stage media, they did a thorough, detailed investigation, and they found out that that statement was actually made about 4 months ago. Joseph Boakai. You understand? So he spoke in that context, in the context of governance, that if George Weah is re-elected, my man, you will experience, you'll see people in Kosuye all over the place begging. You don't want Liberians to be begging all over the area. You want a country where governance will be very responsive to the shared needs of the masses of the people. That's what Joseph Boakai was talking about.
Thank you so much, Mr. Toy. So he's the Secretary General of the Opposition Unity Party. He just attended the press briefing by the National Elections Commission. So my name is Haji Masale. We'd like to call this a day, and we'd like to say thanks so much for watching Spoon TV, as always, dishing out Liberia's best. So next week, Tuesday, we will be here again for another press briefing where the Commission of NEC will give us some details on the electoral process. So great. We will be here again on Tuesday of next week. Again, this is Haji Masale. Are they displaying the ballot paper or what? Okay, so there are sample ballots being on display. So we want to leave our live on. We want to. I don't know. We want to leave the live on to go to the warehouse where the ballots papers are being put on display. So just give a minute or so. Okay. Is that? Oh, okay. Okay, so we missed out on the ballot paper displayed, but the commissioner want to show us where we went the other night when we displayed the FRR, the printing of the FRR. So we want to go to the room where the FRR is being printed.
Hello. The media people coming here, you'll be on video, you'll be a picture.
Okay, so this is the process. They are printing the FRR. This is what we call the FRR. And see here, this is for Upper Macerado, District 10. So our computer analysts, they are working, making sure this is done in time. So, okay. So they have brought in the media to tell us how the NEC is working around the clock to make sure the FRR is produced.
Registration rule. So these are scanners that have been printed. So they believe that we are printing. These are what's going on, right? But it's lunchtime, so some people are out. So, hello? Who can, anybody here can explain a little bit of what you guys doing? No, the chair send the people, so don't worry about talking. All right? Which country you put on now? Okay. All right. Okay, so at least you can see from for yourself, right?
So are these different from the higher police staff or NEC staff? Or they were actually hired just for this process?
No. Fortunately, these are full-fledged NEC staff. All right. Normally we hire people, but this year our own staff are doing these things. Okay. So when you go vote, for instance, these are, and this is like a chair to you will be pasted as well. Okay. So that the voters will know. You want me to open our own? All right. We don't want to go in the way that you see. So that's how when you go to vote, they will check for your name, right? But we'll paste it on the walls of all of the precincts so that people know their names are on a listing before the next day. All right. So the printing is going on. I think you have seen it for yourself. You see all of the printers back there. Okay. So I think I can do that, right?
Okay, so that was Henry Flomo there explaining to us the process of the printing of the FRR, and this is where the FRR is being printed. So it's good that we came here today. We showed you the room where the FRR is being printed. The press conference just concluded, and next week, Tuesday, we will be here again at 11 o'clock where another round of press briefing will be held, giving update on the process of the electoral process in Liberia. My name is Hachi Masale. I say thanks for watching Spoon TV.